Hello everyone, myself Vinay Kumaram. I am actually pursuing PhD in physics. So in this particular YouTube channel, I'll be teaching physics, chemistry and mathematics starting from 8th standard till 12th standard. So if you want to learn physics, chemistry and mathematics, then please do subscribe to my channel. In my previous video, I was actually discussing the exercise questions which were there in the 4th chapter of 9th standard science subject. So the remaining questions which are there, which are left out in that particular exercise, I'll be explaining in this particular video. So coming to the 11th question in this particular exercise, here they have given X element and they have given isotope of this particular X element. So now the average atomic mass of this particular X element is given. So average atomic mass of this particular X element is 16.2 U. So here they have given two isotopes of this particular element which will sum up to the 100% abundance of this particular element in the nature. The atomic mass number of first isotope is 16 and the atomic mass of second isotope of this particular element is 18. So now here atomic number will be same because these are isotopes, so atomic number will be same, that is 8 and 8. 16 is the atomic mass number of first isotope and 18 is the atomic mass number of second isotope. So let us consider the atomic mass of first isotope as M1, that is 16, and let us consider the atomic mass of second isotope, that is 18. So M2 will be 18 and the percentage abundance of the first isotope, let us call it as P1, and the percentage abundance of the second isotope, let us call it as P2. We know that to find out average atomic mass, in the previous question, in the 10th question, we have actually multiplied the percentage abundance with the atomic mass of that particular isotope, and we go on adding all the atomic mass of different isotopes by multiplying with their respective percentages. So the mass of first isotope M1 will be multiplied with the percentage abundance of that particular isotope plus the mass of the atomic mass of the second isotope M2 will be multiplied with its respective percentage abundance, that is P2. So now you have a formula like this: M1 into P1 plus M2 into P2, where M1 and P1 are atomic mass and percentage of abundance of first isotope. M2 and P2 are atomic mass and percentage of abundance of second isotope, that is X18 isotope. Now they have given average atomic mass, so you can substitute that here. So 16.2 is the average atomic mass, which is equal to M1 is 16 into P1, we don't know what is P1, plus M2 is 18. So 18, and the percentage abundance of this isotope is P2. We don't know what is P2. So 16.2 is equal to 16 into P1 plus 18 into P2 is there. So you can consider this as one particular equation. So let us call this equation as equation number 1. Now we know that if we add both the percentage of this particular percentage abundance of both the isotopes, then it will be equal to 100%. So that is P1 plus P2 will be equal to 1. So if you consider percentage into number, it will be 100% divided by 100. So it will be 100 by 100 is 1. So P1 plus P2 should give you 1. So that is, in the place of P2, you can write this as 1 minus P1. So if you bring this P1 to RHS, it will become minus P1. So 1 minus P1. So let us consider this as equation 2. So let me write both the equations here. 16.2 is equal to 16 P1 plus 18 P2 is equation 1. So this is equation 1. And equation 2 is P2 is equal to 1 minus P1. So this is actually equation 2. So now you can actually substitute equation 2 in 1. So substitute equation 2 in equation 1. So you will get 16.2 is equal to 16 into P1. In the place of P2 you can write 1 minus P1, that is equation 2. So 18 into 1 minus P1 will be there. So now if you consider 16 into P1, so let this 16 into P1 be like that itself. So 18 into 1 will be 18. So 18 into minus P1 will be minus 18 P1. So here 16 P1 minus 18 P1 will be minus 2 P1 plus 18 will be there. So if you bring this 18 to LHS, it will become minus 18. So 16.2 minus 18 is equal to minus 2 P1. So here when you do 16.2 minus 18, it will become minus 1.8. So here you are getting minus 1.8, here you are getting minus 2P1. So now you can bring minus 2p1 to LHS, so it will become plus 2p1, and you can bring minus 1.8 to RHS, it will become plus 1.8. So when you bring this to LHS and when you bring this to RHS, it will become plus 2p1 is equal to plus 1.8. So now if you bring this 2 to RHS, it will be divided by 2, because here it is 2 into p1. So 2 into will become divided by 2 when it is brought to the right hand side. So p1 will be equal to 1.8 divided by 2. So what is 1.8 into 2? So 1.8 divided by 2 is 0.9. So that is percentage abundance of first isotope, that is p1, is equal to 0.9, or you can multiply this with 100 to get in the form of percentage, that is 90%. So P1 is 90%. So what will be P2? P2 is actually 1 minus P1. So what is P1? P1 is 0.9. So 1 minus 0.9 will be 0.1. So or you can multiply this with 100 to get percentage, that is 10%. So when you multiply 0.1 with 100, it will be 10. So P2 is actually 10% and P1 is actually 90%. That is for X element which has isotope 16 has 90% abundance in the nature, whereas the same X element with its second isotope, that is X18 isotope, is there as 10% in the nature. So abundance, like percentage abundance of X18 is 10% and percentage abundance of X16 is 90%. Coming to the 12th question in this particular exercise, here they have given Z is equal to 3 as atomic number and you have to identify the valency of this particular element. So now here you can see 3 electrons are there in this particular element because Z is equal to 3. This is actually the atomic number of this particular element. So in a particular atom, the first shell will be K shell and the second shell will be L shell. So here you can see in K shell 2 electrons can be there, maximum 2 electrons can be there. So in L shell maximum 8 electrons can be there. But here only 3 electrons are there. So 2 electrons will fill this particular K shell and 1 more electron. So 2 electrons will be in K shell and 1 electron will be there in the L shell of this particular element which they have given atomic number as Z is equal to 3. So here this particular element has 1 electron in its L shell. So only 1 electron is there in L shell. So the maximum capacity of L shell is 8. So that means 8 electrons can be accommodated in L shell. But here in order to get 8 electrons in its valence shell, it has to get 7 more electrons because 1 electron is there in L shell. So 7 more electrons should be put into this particular lithium so that lithium can be stable. But here instead of getting 7 electrons, donating 1 electron will be easy for lithium because it has only 1 electron in its valence shell. So instead of accepting 7 electrons, donating 1 electron is actually easy for this particular element. And the element with atomic number Z is equal to 3 is actually lithium. So lithium has atomic number 3. So here they have also asked to name the element which has atomic number 3. So lithium is that particular element which has atomic number 3. And the valency of this particular lithium is 1 because donating 1 electron will be easy for this particular lithium atom. Coming to the 13th question in this particular exercise, here they have given 2 atomic species. So one is actually X and the other is actually Y. Here for this particular X atomic species, this particular X contains 6 protons in it and this particular Y also contains 6 protons in it, and this X contains 6 neutrons in it and this particular Y contains 8 neutrons in it. Now you have to define what is the atomic mass number of X and what is the atomic mass number of Y. So what do you mean by atomic mass number? It is actually the sum of number of protons plus number of neutrons. So here they have given number of protons and neutrons for X. So 6 is the number of protons and 6 is the number of neutrons. So 6 plus 6 is 12. So 12 will be the atomic mass number of this particular X element. And if you consider this particular Y element or the Y atomic species, here you have 6 protons and 8 neutrons. So if you add 6 and 8, it will be 14. So 14 is the atomic mass number of this particular Y atomic species. And they have also asked the relationship between X and Y. So what is the relationship between X and Y? Like both the atomic species have 6 as its number of protons. X also have 6 protons, Y also have 6 protons. So atomic number of X is 6 and the atomic number of Y is also 6. That means both the atomic species which they have given, that is X and Y, has atomic number as 6 and 6. So here you can see atomic numbers are same, but when you consider atomic mass number, this X has 12 as its atomic mass number and Y has 14 as its atomic mass number. So when you consider atomic number, both have 6 protons. So that's why atomic number of both the atomic species is 6 and 6. So that's why here you can see both have same atomic number but different atomic mass number. Hence the relationship between X and Y is isotopes. So this particular X and Y are isotopes of a particular element. So coming to the 14th question, here they have given 4 different questions in 14 questions. You should actually state true or false for this particular 4 questions which are there in this particular 14th question. So coming to the A question in this particular 14th question, there they have given J.J. Thomson proposed that the nucleus of an atom contains only nucleons. Here this statement is false because J.J. Thomson didn't even come with any concept of nucleus in his atomic model. So the first statement is false. Coming to the second statement in this particular 14th question, here they have given a neutron is formed by an electron and a proton combining together. Therefore, it is neutron. Here you should remember one particular thing. Neutrons are not made of one electron and one proton. This is absolutely wrong because neutrons are separate subatomic particles which exist in the nucleus which have no charge on it. But that particular neutrons are not made up of electrons and protons. So that's why this statement is also false. So the second statement is also false. Coming to the third statement in this particular 14th question, there they have given the mass of an electron is about 1 by 2000 times of proton. That is, mass of electron is 2000 times less than proton, or 1 by 2000 times the mass of proton. So that is actually true because mass of proton is 2000 times heavier than mass of electron. So that's why the third statement is true in this particular 14th question. So coming to the fourth statement in this 14th question, there they have given an isotope of iodine is used in making tincture iodine, which is used as a medicine. Actually, one of the isotope of iodine is used in treating goiter. It is not used as the tincture. So that's why this particular statement is also false. So false is the answer for this fourth statement in 14th question. Coming to the next 4 questions in this exercise, that is 15, 16, 17 and 18. So I'll just write the question numbers. So 15, 16, 17 and 18. Here they have given multiple choice questions. So you have to pick one particular option among the options which are given for this particular questions. So coming to the 15th question, here they have asked Rutherford's alpha particle scattering experiment was responsible for the discovery. So what was actually discovered in Rutherford's scattering experiment? Rutherford actually discovered that positively charged nucleus will be there at the center of the atom. So that's why here Rutherford scattering experiment led to the discovery of nucleus. So that is here option A is correct. So option A as atomic nucleus. So atomic nucleus is the correct option for this particular 15th question. Now coming to the 16th question, there they have given isotopes of an element have the same physical properties, different chemical properties, different number of neutrons, different atomic numbers. So only when there is difference in atomic mass number, then it can be known as isotopes. How atomic mass number will be different? Only when there is change in number of neutrons, because number of protons and number of electrons is fixed for both the isotopes, because both isotopes will be having same atomic number. That means number of protons is fixed, number of protons is fixed in both the elements, but number of neutrons will be varying. So that's why atomic mass number of both isotopes will be varying. So here the correct option for 16th question will be option C, that is different number of neutrons. Coming to the 17th question in this particular exercise, there they have given number of valence electrons in Cl ion R. So here you should see they have asked for chlorine ion. So the number of valence electrons for chlorine ion is option B, that is 8. Because chlorine has 17 electrons in it. So 2 electrons will be in K shell, 8 electrons will be there in L shell. So remaining 7 electrons will be there in M shell. But here they have asked for chlorine ion. So chlorine ion means it is actually Cl minus. That means this particular chlorine atom has an extra electron, and where that particular extra electron will go, that extra electron will go and add in this particular M shell. So that's why in this chlorine minus ion or the chlorine ion, M will be having 8 electrons. So the valence, number of valence electrons of chlorine ion will be 8, and option B is the correct option for this particular 17th question. So now coming to the 18th question in this particular exercise, there they have given which one of the following is correct electronic configuration of sodium. So we all know that sodium has 11 as its atomic number. So when sodium has 11 as its atomic number, K shell will be filled with 2 electrons, L shell will be filled with 8 electrons, so it will be 10 electrons. So remaining 1 electron will be there in M shell. So it will be 1. So 2 plus 8 plus 1 will be 11. So here 2, 8, 1 will be the correct electronic configuration for this sodium. So D is the correct option for this particular 18th question. So in 19th question, you have a particular table where you have to mention what is the atomic number, what is the atomic mass number, how many number of electrons, how many number of protons, and how many number of neutrons are there. And you should also go on listing out the element name as well. So this particular 19th question is left for you, because you should actually solve this particular table and fill the number of electrons and protons for the respective elements which they have given in that particular table. So this is all there in this particular video. Like this, if you want to learn more physics, chemistry and mathematics related to 8th standard till 12th standard, then you have to subscribe to my channel. Please do subscribe to my channel and stay tuned with my channel. Thank you.